Okay, the table of human health is a very exciting table. It's incredibly simple. It only has two statements, one statement about a cause and one statement about an effect, and it applies to every place, every area of your life. It's exciting and it's profoundly enlightening when you start to realize that everything in your life relative to what you want is achieved with this one simple statement of thought, right? And the effect is always uh, defined and articulated with this one simple statement of effect. One thing to all of your life. Pretty amazing. Let's take a look. Now, by the way, this is part of knowledge, the table of human health, and we apply it to the areas and places of your life where we use an awareness to accelerate awareness by identifying your habits of thought. So we apply this same table, the same single statement of cause and single statement of effect to all of the areas of your life, and it is amazing. Let's take a look. So here is a large page. We're going to zero in on a page like this, but I just want to show you. I just want to show you that here's the cause and effect table for self. It's got your spirit, your thoughts, and your body here, right? And when you go to people, you got yourself up at the top, you got family and friends and coworkers, right? And then social groups. And then financially, you're going to look at your earning ability, your saving ability, and your investing ability. All right, let's go back up to the top. So here's the top one of self and its spirit, but I'm going to go down into the middle, which is thought, which is really what it's all of your focus needs to be on at first to develop the awareness of thought, your habits of thought, and how they are determining the quality of your life. So this is what this cause and effect table does. Okay. So here's the one statement that's powerful and direct and complete. Okay. So relative to your thoughts, it's made of energy, right? Everything's made of energy. So you're either having a positive experience because your attention is to your ability or habits of ability, right? Or you have a negative experience because you're ignoring your habits of ability, right? And then the negative effects, or you're less happy, right? Positive effects of caring for your thoughts, you are happy, right? So look at the statement. Now, this outline of a statement is a concise statement that articulates everything relevant that is possible for human thought. Okay. So it says, if I'm able, right, I choose to be aware of my thoughts relative to what's possible for me. So if you go positive, and I'm going to choose to be aware of my thoughts, I am choosing to be aware, right? So it goes into action, right? So remember the cycle of ability is aware, create, appreciate. So of the second cycle, right, is if I'm aware, I'm choosing to be creating with my thoughts, right? So here he's being aware, or her, aware of her thoughts, and then they're choosing to create with those thoughts, right? And then they're appreciating the fact that they did it, all right? So the negative would be, I'm neglecting my thoughts to be aware of them. I'm not even, observing them, right? And as a result, I'm not creating with my thoughts, higher ability. I'm not aware of it. I'm just ignoring it, right? I don't know if it's a high or a low. Whatever it is whatever it is, right? And then he's neglecting appreciating the thoughts. He's not paying attention to them. How could he appreciate them, right? He or she, right? And the positive is choosing to be aware of the thoughts relative to what's possible, right? Choosing to be creating with those habits of thought, right? Relative to whatever's possible, and then appreciating the fact that they're doing that, right? And the facts is I'm happy I'm choosing to caring for my thoughts relative to what's possible, relative to myself, in that area of the life, relative to people, because they're caring for their thoughts, their relationships with people is positive. And then, of course, relative to financial, because they care for their thoughts, their financial reality is positive, right? Relative to what's possible. So obviously, the opposite would be I'm less happy about my financial reality because I'm not aware of what's possible for me and trying to do the best I can. Right? And then I'm less happy because I'm neglecting my thought. This is for people and this is for self, right? Same thing, right? So that's the cause and effect table in one sub area. Now it is the beginning sub area. It's your thoughts. It's the one that determines everything. Because remember, when you're caring for a relationship with a person or your financial reality, it's your thoughts that are causing you to be more effective with people or in the economy earning, right? So let's go down to the lower level here, and we're going to see the lower level of self. Right? We have body at the lower, thoughts in the middle, and spirit on the top. And of course, you could shift those around if you want. But look at now the cycle of ability for biology. You could put aware, create, appreciate if you want to. However, from directly applicable to a living organism, right? There's movement, nutrition, and rest. It's specific, right? Your body's ability to move will develop and increase because you're moving it, right? Now your body will be nurtured and be healthy because you're choosing to eat nutritious food, right? A balance of whole food versus processed foods. When you discover how whole foods are just as delicious as processed foods, you can add all of those wonderful dishes to your weekly schedule of eating, and your health's going to improve. That's simple. That's what I've discovered in my study of health. Okay. So if we go back up to spirit, what's interesting about spirit is it's your perception of everything, right? I mean, your spirit reflects how you deal with people and your financial reality. If your financial reality is negative, you're poor and impoverished and have a bunch of debt, your spirit's not going to be happy about that, right? Same thing if you have toxic relationships with people, there's some hate there and they hate you, and anger and hostility and arguments, right? Your spirit's not going to be happy, right? So the positive, relationships or financial reality, because your ability increases, your mental ability to be aware, create, and appreciate all relies on this causal statement of choosing to be aware, choosing to create, and choosing to appreciate, right? So now let's look at people, because there's something very important about the first one, okay? Because remember, we're a social and biological living organism. So our happiness, our very essence of self-esteem is based in our relationships with people. I mean, like the old statement, there, no one's an island. Well, your life is so dependent on your relationship with people. So guess who's the most important person to have a good relationship with? Obviously yourself. The challenge is that relationship happens with thoughts that many times people neglect. So, you may say rude things to yourself, like, hey, dummy, how'd you forget that? Oh my God, you did this again. And if you're talking to yourself in that way, it's going to impact your ability. And the challenge is, because most people don't observe their thoughts, these internal thoughts that are negative about yourself could be happening and you're not aware of it, because you're not looking at an alternative thing to say, right, relative to whatever you were thinking about, that's more positive, right? And that's the key. That's the key to creating a life of abundance. With this table, choose to be aware, create, and appreciate over and over again in every area of your life. And as a result, you'll be less happy or you'll be happy. Less happy relative to when you're around people, or more happy. Financial, less or more, based on that one simple statement of choosing to be aware, choosing to create, and choosing to appreciate the best thing possible that you can find. Are you looking? Do you know what's best thing possible for you? So this is the cause and effect table of health, the table of ability, right? The cause and effect table of ability. This is very fundamental. When you apply this principle to interpreting your habits of thought and you put it into the conscious dashboard, get ready. You're going to understand, and you're going to be excited because you compare it with a high performance level of ability everywhere in your life that you can watch, right? And go, oh my goodness, All I have to do is change this little part or this little part of what I'm thinking and saying and doing, and my life's going to get better. I can imitate that. That's the essence of the invention. Thank you. Keep going. Hope you're having a great day.